Y'all ever wake up, look at the news, and think, is this a real headline or a deleted onion draft that escaped the lab? Well, welcome back to the Poorly Educated Podcast, where we try to understand politics the same way a raccoon understands a ceiling fan. It's loud, it's shiny, and it's probably going to hurt somebody. Now this week, we're taking a deep dive into what historians, or possibly future psychiatrists, are calling the Retribution Presidency. That's right, Trump's second term, where everything's bigger, louder, and apparently under construction. He's tearing down walls, sometimes literal ones, rebuilding others, and suing his own government for making him mad. Let's buckle up, crack open a cold one, and pray the Founding Fathers ain't looking down too hard tonight. Segment 1, the ballroom and the bulldozer. So apparently, Trump woke up one morning, looked at the White House, the most historic, symbolic building in America, and said, "You know what this needs? A bigger dance floor." He's tearing down the East Wing, the one where First Ladies used to work, to build himself a 90,000 square foot ballroom. That's right, folks. Trump's making the People's House look like Mar-a-Lago with government security clearance. Now he says it's not costing the taxpayers a dime, because it's being paid for by patriots, which apparently includes Apple, Amazon, and probably the guy who invented the MyPillow. I reckon if you donate enough to this thing, you get your company's logo carved into the chandelier. He told reporters the sound of bulldozers was music to his ears. Buddy, when the president says demolition noise is his favorite song, democracy might be playing its final verse. And the kicker? He didn't even get the proper permits. The government was shut down, so he just said, "Well, no one's home to tell me no." That's like tearing down your neighbor's garage because the HOA president's on vacation. It's the only time in U.S. history someone's used a federal shutdown as an opportunity for home improvement. Segment 2. Federal force and fancy phone calls. Now, while he's building himself a disco palace, Trump's also threatening to send the military to San Francisco. Said he was going to deploy the National Guard to clean up crime, which in Trump speak means look busy for Fox News. Then he changes his mind after a phone call with the mayor. Apparently the mayor asked nicely. That's the official policy now, folks. Beg hard enough, and the tanks stay home. The man's running the country like it's the world's pettiest HOA. Oh, you said please? All right, you can keep your sidewalks. And get this. Tech billionaires reportedly called Trump to help stop the invasion. Imagine that conversation. "Hey, Mr. President, I'll give you $1 billion in campaign crypto if you don't send the Marines into my city. Deal. But make it Dogecoin." He calls it law and order, but it's starting to feel like pay-to-play with artillery. Every day's a new episode of Trump's War Room, Home Edition. Segment 3, suing himself and freeing friends. So Trump's now suing the United States government for $230 million for emotional damages from being investigated by the United States government. That's right, he's both the plaintiff and the defendant. It's like suing your reflection for looking at you funny. He even said, "I'm the one who approves the payout, right?" Buddy, that's not how government works. That's how toddlers play Monopoly. "Yeah, I landed on Boardwalk, but I own it, so I just pay myself, okay?" And while he's writing checks to himself, he's handing out pardons like Halloween candy. He pardoned the founder of Binance, declared, "The war on crypto is over," and commuted George Santos's sentence because the man always stayed loyal. Loyal? That fella lied about being Jewish, running marathons and fighting in Vietnam. If loyalty means making stuff up, then half the internet's eligible for clemency. I swear, this administration's turning presidential pardons into Black Friday coupons. Get one felony free when you buy 2 endorsements. Segment 4. International Chaos and Canadian Fury. Now let's talk about foreign policy, or as Trump calls it, customer relations. He canceled all trade negotiations with Canada because they made a commercial he didn't like. That's it. Canada aired a Reagan clip about tariffs. Trump saw it and said, "That's fake news. Turn off the border." He's treating trade like Tinder. One bad swipe, and you're blocked. You can just imagine Justin Trudeau sitting there like, did we just lose $1 trillion over a TV ad? Meanwhile, the rest of Canada's trying to figure out how to smuggle maple syrup under the radar. He says he's punishing disrespect. Disrespect? Buddy, this is international politics, not open mic night at Mar-a-Lago. And while he's yelling at our polite neighbors, he's sanctioning Russia's oil companies because he's mad at Putin for not texting back. The bromance has hit a rough patch, folks. It's not you, Vlad. It's me. But mostly you not sending memes anymore. And while Russia's burning, Japan and South Korea are out here paying Trump hundreds of billions in investments to avoid new tariffs. That ain't diplomacy. That's a shakedown with better lighting. The man turned the U.S. Trade Office into a glorified pawn shop. Give me $550 billion and I'll protect your cars. For now. Segment 5. The DOJ or DJT. Now this next part gets downright spooky. He's got the Department of Justice indicting his enemies like it's a political haunted house. First, John Bolton, his former national security guy, got indicted for mishandling classified info. Then Letitia James, the New York attorney who sued Trump's business, got hit with bank fraud charges, and the prosecutor who said the case was weak, fired, replaced by Trump's old lawyer. This ain't justice. This is WWE with subpoenas. Letitia James said the charges were baseless, and honestly, I believe her. Not 'cause I trust politicians. I just don't think anyone who sues Trump for fraud would suddenly start committing it for fun. He's using the Justice Department like a vending machine. Put in loyalty, get out freedom. Press A1 for acquittal, B2 for your opponent's indictment. If this keeps up, the next Attorney General's just gonna be the guy who hosts the Apprentice reunion. Segment 6. The Meme War and the No Kings Uprising. Now here's where it gets downright dystopian. The man's using AI to make propaganda memes. He's posting deepfake videos of himself flying fighter jets, dumping sludge on protesters, and wearing a crown. And the White House calls it creative communication. Buddy, it's called delusion with a production budget. This ain't social media anymore. It's Trump talk. One of his fake videos showed Chuck Schumer confessing to hating Democrats. AI Schumer looked more real than real Schumer. Half the internet thought it was true. The other half just hit like, 'cause the explosions were cool. And while Trump's making meme magic, millions of Americans are in the streets shouting "No Kings." 7 million people, biggest protest since Woodstock, but with angrier signs and less hygiene. "No Kings since 1776!" they yelled. Buddy, I ain't seen that many angry people since Walmart ran out of toilet paper in 2020. Polls say 54% disapprove of Trump's job, 57% say he's blowing the economy, and 52% think he's using the DOJ to attack enemies. But hey, 94% of Republicans still love him. That's right. He could bulldoze the Lincoln bedroom and they'd say, finally, someone taken action on infrastructure. Segment 7. Conclusion: bulldozers, ballrooms, and backfire. So what have we learned? In 2 weeks, Trump's managed to tear down part of the White House, sue the government, free his buddies, cancel Canada, threaten cities, and post deep fakes of himself riding a jet. That's not governance. That's an episode of Florida Man, Commander-in-Chief. He says it's all about retribution. Buddy, it's starting to look like revenge fan fiction with a federal budget. You can't run a country like a casino and expect the house to always win. Eventually, the dealer's gonna realize you've been borrowing chips from the Treasury. And through it all, the American people are out here yelling, protesting, meme-fighting, and trying to hold on to a democracy that feels like it's running on duct tape and Waffle House coffee. So, to all y'all listening, remember, if you ever feel like you don't understand politics, don't worry. Neither does politics anymore. I'm your bewildered host from the Poorly Educated podcast, signing off with the same question I ask every night. Are we sure this ain't a reality show? 'Cause if it is, Lord, somebody cancel season 2.